Mm-hmm.
Botrix has successfully joined the channel.
Alright, do some farming. I wonder if my trees are gonna be ready. Probably. Hopefully. Fun. Yes. Nice. So we do. And go. Hmm. Yeah. Ancient land.
Sup fool.
What's up, perk? Yeah. Almost 99 farmer. Get banana beatbox. Just chilling. Gotta go to sleep soon and wake up. Stream Dead Man for 2 p.m. But that's still like 10 hours away. So I'm blessed.
Just hit 94 Slayer, I'm getting there.
Nice. Fuck, I ran out of run. Right, fast. Nice, dude. Holy. Hey, now it's fucking fun, dude. Because you get all the good tasks. Right? My Slayer is fucking fun as hell because you get the fun tasks and start making the big bucks. I'll do a hairband after this. And we'll have 300k left. Nice. Yeah, I just did Toa ever since the league ended, but it's the Last Man Standing because the new Last Man Standing updates are pretty sick. But yeah, I haven't got any purples yet, dog. For bad luck. Chop it down. Oh. Exploring a dope pal. I spam click it so you harvest faster. Pro tip. Good. bitch. Okay. Wonder if I should do titty farms for the last 300k. I think it's like 120k an hour titty farms. We'll just get it to stream. Stop farming after that. Damn, click to harvest faster. Yeah, last one. That's good yield. Imagine when I used to grow pot back in high school. What a yield. I went there. Here. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Woke up this morning with only one ball. They put me in the game, dude. I got my own house here. Yeah, the Daler.
How is your character walking like this?
I broke my ankle, dude. Back before leagues. Broke my left ankle. And yes, that was before Gay Pride Month. Farming necklace. I don't
Is
see
there
how
a
it mixed
plugin?
up. Yeah, it's called weapon slash gear slash animation replacer. Yeah. Yeah. There is a plugin. Woke up this morning with only one ball. Woke up this morning with only one. Speed, click, and iris faster. Yeah.
Your UIM how you using bank.
I gotta test their account. Just testing some shit, usually. Watch me use it again. See how much stuff I can put in here. Yes.
Chit chat.
Oh, what's up, Dad? I was just about to watch Randy. Good timing. Just going on to do my farm run. My herb and my tree run. Randy just made a new video. I was gonna watch that. Less than 300k away. Yeah, gotta wait for my next herb run and my next tree run. I do no titty farms. I do no titty farms.
Oh fuck off Randy lover.
Perfect theater, but level 3 combat. I have to watch that.
Is actually What is up, guys? Welcome back. As you know, my level 3 account is a one-of-one anomaly. It isn't just because of our exclusive long patched Mortania access via Priest and Peril. This account is packed with broken mechanics, unique unlocks, and items, quests, and boss kills that have either been patched out of existence or simply never done by another level 3. Today I'm setting aside my god tier theory crafting brain to become something truly beautiful, the ultimate unadulterated absolute heavyweight champion backpack carry, otherwise known as a pretty much useless sitting duck. Or am I? Because while the boys did do the heavy lifting, I was cooking up a few strategies behind the scenes to allow the achievements I'll be talking about today to be possible, as well as shave off of our record pacing clock. Our goal for this level 3 account is to lock down every single combat achievement across the entire game that is humanly possible for a skilling build such as this, and for the ones that are technically impossible, well, we'll attempt to force them to happen. Before we dive into how I essentially sat in a digital stroller while the greatest players alive cleared the hardest raid in the game for me, smash that subscribe button. If you want to see these game-breaking methods cooked up live, join the channel for our weekly theory crafting streams as well as 2 members uploads per month. That's right, for less than $1 you get exclusive access to members-only content as well as members-only streams. If you can't tell already, today we're tackling the Theater of Blood. I finessed a lot of the individual perfect room combat achievements as well as other combat achievements inside the Theater of Blood already. In the past, I've used a lot of out-of-the-box methods along with a crazy good team to clear a lot of these combat achievements, but pulling off a flawless complete run from start to finish for the official perfect Theater of Blood, well, as the title of the combat achievement itself says, that requires perfection. Today we'll finish up all the possible level 3 combat achievements at Theater of Blood, besides the pesky 150 kill count, which I'll be sitting in the theater being a leech probably in the future for some of those, and maybe even pulling a chance at the pet. To survive an arena where basically a light breeze will send my 10 hit points 3 combat account back to the start, I couldn't just recruit randoms from the Grand Exchange. I had to summon the absolute avengers of the PVM, TOB, and speedrunning community. Our core lineup, for example, featured some of the most mechanically cracked players. We had EU Caper, the 19-year-old prodigy, Drog Barack Obama, the guy who's been here forever, who's
Oh
a
yeah, I
legend
think I was
inside the
busy. I was
2A
going. I went
community,
to
and
Halifax
CM
to
Hill.
install
But
the
later
video.
on, during the speed achievements,
that was
we
quite
had to
busy.
get the world record time holders. We had Torrags, even Nomad stepped in for one of these, as well as Yield of Finn and I Kyle. While we had to bring a few sub-ins across the week when the grind got too exhausting, EU Caper was there throughout the whole thing. As well, one man stood as the unbreakable pillar, brain, and drill sergeant, literally, of this entire operation, S2L. S2L didn't just play, he administered this entire project like a highly coordinated military strike. I'm not even kidding. He managed the group work, timed the breaks, came up with most of the theories, and called out instructions with absolute perfection. And that's why I say drill sergeant earlier. I've linked his channel and his full technical breakdown from his side of the video in the description below. Go show him some love because that man is a machine and a wizard. Let's step back into the theater. Here is exactly how the perfect theater run went down, room by individual room. Our first stop on this journey of absolute pain was the Maiden. The rule for the Maiden was simple. If you've been here before, it's given, but for those who have never been in the theater, no blood crabs can touch the boss, nobody can step in the red blood splats, and everyone must pray magic. For me, this was one of the peaks of my ultimate carry lifestyle in this video. While the boys were executing tick-perfect freezes and melting the crabs with maximum DPS, I was casually chilling in the far back corner, treating the blood pools like a casual game of hopscotch. I didn't hit a thing, I didn't take a hit, and we cleared it perfectly by me once again standing in the back, but still in the room, because for each of these tasks to register in the regular mode for most of the combat achievements, you need to be in the room for at least 80% of the kill. And this will be one factor that gets us in trouble throughout a lot of this
I actually
perfect
did my mode tomorrow. Like it is today, actually. That's why I already arrived in Chicago.
Next up was the giant, rotting, fat thing, the bloat. For the
Steven?
standard perfect theater run, the rules are straightforward. No falling ceiling hands
Even the
hit you,
bloke?
no flies, and absolutely zero stomp damage allowed.
Oh,
Our
that's a
strategy
chair.
here was pure survival. The team handled the massive weapon switches and high intensity damage cycling, while I treated the center pillars like a game of hide and seek. I just had to make sure I did not get hit. And I did fail this a couple of times because I'm a theater of blood noob. But for the perfect run, I kept the pillar entirely between me and the bloat at all times, making sure I never crossed his line of sight,
Dale
while
the
S2L
chair.
and the boys were just ripping him to shreds.
The dark mode, I think. Even the chair. Can I put myself? Yeah. Even is the chair. Fired on him.
Alright, room 3, the Nilocus Gauntlet of the perfect theater run. This is where the carry turned basically into a horror film. In a perfect run, if a pillar drop or anyone uses a bad hit, it's a wipe. For my level 3 account with 0 protection prayers, one tiny spider bite means instant death, which is also a wipe. My role here was actually to stay completely dead center of the room. Why? Because when Nilos stay alive too long, they pop and explode. If I'm tucked away in a corner, even though I'm further away from aggressive Nilos, my pathing might drag me into an explosive radius and kill my character. Now, I'm not even exaggerating here, but standing dead center allowed S2L to turn into a literal supercomputer.
Fuck up
He
and
didn't
go
just call
to
out
bed,
targets.
bud.
He possessed some kind of weird rocket precision where he would call out even the aggressive Nilos. He knew the exact spawn timers, the colors of the Nilos, and most importantly, once again, exactly which Nilo would become aggressive towards me. So each member of the team literally followed his calls and focused those Nilos.
22 east.
Good.
Nice. 23 east. And south. I think it's actually south, not east.
Yeah, I'm preferring it that way.
24 all.
24 south. Not dead. Dead.
Nice. 25
Give
west.
me
26
some.
west.
Okay, you're too stupid. If I supplicate off the bag. You probably put the bag over your head and suffocate.
Now, the aggressive Nilos that came towards me didn't always mean instant death.
Yeah,
They
it's
did
too
have a
stupid
chance
for smart
of
fit.
undershotting my HP, but I could only heal to 15 over 10 HP, and they definitely did have a chance of one-shotting me. I could have also tried to panic eat a hot dwarven rock cake at a lower HP to manipulate my HP and stall, but that was a massive RNG trap. For example, if I came out of the rock cake stall at the exact wrong tick, which wasn't really something you could mitigate, a stray melee Nilo could hit me,
Mod
and let me
now.
tell you, there's absolutely no tick clearance for tick eating these things.
How about no,
If
you
a melee Nilo
crazy
gets on a
Dutch
zero distance
bastard?
swing on me, I'm sent back to the start of the theater, and we have to start over this entire process. Not
So
to
I
mention,
can ban
I would have to
you.
sit at a low HP, so it would almost guarantee a failure, meaning just sitting at the maximum HP with the maximum defense bonus for this part was pretty much the best opportunity we had, along with relying on my other teammates, like I was doing during this entire thing. But it wasn't over yet. When the giant boss, Nilocus Vasilius, or however you say it, finally descended, the stakes doubled. Its AoE attacks switched styles constantly, and to keep me completely out of the line of fire, I quickly tagged it with a cursed stall, which guaranteed zero hit, which allowed me to red X stall with a dropped item and an interface directly underneath the boss's hitbox. Now you do have to last attack an NPC to red click action it, so that's exactly why I bashed it with the hammer. By cycling this red click action on an item underneath the boss, my character's pathing locked down, freezing me safely beneath its massive frame, while the team surrounded it perfectly and cycled their styles to shred its health bar down to completely zero.
Huh. It's way easier, okay. Of course. There's a spider room is how long?
Now we arrive at room 4, being Soda's Egg. We had to break the game the most probably in this room, but it wasn't a clean victory, and still relied on some RNG. But we mitigated as much RNG as possible. Normally, Soda's Egg forces you into a red tile maze at 66% and 33% health thresholds. The split second the maze ends, he immediately fires an automated projectile attack to one of the many teammates. Without protection pairs, if that projectile tracks onto me, I can tick eat these attacks, but any damage fails the perfect Soda's Egg task. Because there's 4 of us, it's a flat 25% chance twice over. A literal 1 in 4 coin toss of an instant, unmitigatable wipe of the entire run every single time a maze triggers, being twice in this room. To turn the odds slightly in our favor, we came up with something pretty crazy here. It used the 11-tick hot rock cake stall, but there was a massive catch. Due to inventory constraints and phase mechanics, this trick could only be utilized for one single phase, the 66% transition, and not the 33% transition. The timing required the whole team to be completely in sync. We were going to skip an entire maze. And when I say skip it, I don't mean run across it and stall like most people do in Theater of Blood. I mean literally skip the maze to where it doesn't hit anyone and we don't ever have to complete it. On audio cue, I had to click the final tile of the maze grid path, immediately remove my gloves, and eat the hot rock cake to lock myself into an unbreakable 11-tick animation stall. While my character model visually froze at the ending line, the server calculated my coordinates at the destination tile. This is where the team's execution had to be flawless. They had to hit the boss under the 66% threshold, and all of us tick synced from different places in the entire world had to click our hot rock cakes at the exact same time. I stayed right outside of Soda's Egg's aggression, so it never focused me until we triggered the maze and I ran towards it with a red X as well as that 11-tick hot rock cake stall. Everyone did the hot rock cake stall at the exact same time with no gloves, and therefore that 11 ticks was just enough for Soda's Egg to realize that nobody could be thrown in the maze, kicking us all back to the back of the room with no maze needing to be completed at all, and therefore there was never that 25% chance of me running out of the maze at the end to get targeted by Soda's Egg to get back to the back of the room where he can never hit me. We tried this several times, there were many failures, but eventually we all hit the rock cake and did everything through pure synchronicity. But remember, the rock cake only worked for one phase. At the 33% phase, we had no more safety nets, so although we did everything perfectly, we were now completely at the mercy of pure probability. If that final post-maze tracking ball rolled my name, the entire run was to be dead. Now technically I did have a tiny, terrifying chance at surviving this naturally. It all depended on a 1 in 5 chance of me being chosen as a player sent inside the world to guide the maze, rather than the 4 in 5 chance of being left outside. If the game picked me to go inside, well, I could complete the maze grid for my other teammates, then stand safely at the end of the line and just completely camp inside the zone. Outside of the tornado range, I would stay locked in there, aggressively slamming purple sweets and sipping Guthix Rest on my level 3 to out-heal the rolling chip damage from inside the maze, only emerging after Soda's Egg was completely dead. But if I was on the outside, well, there was that once again 1 in 4 chance of getting targeted. As it turned out, on the successful run, I did roll to the outside of the maze, but thankfully the RNG gods looked the other way. The post-maze ball tracked onto one of our max tanks instead of me, and we cheated death by a hair.
Hmm. Hmm. I go down.
Here's another part where we failed many times, just because the 4-man Zarpus is somewhat unpredictable with the exhumes and has to be perfect, as well as there's a little bit of RNG involved on the exhumed phase. Zarpus features these exhumed patches, green acid pools that sprout from the ground and heal the boss if you don't stand on them instantly. Once again, S12 turned on his drill sergeant mode. The very frame an exhumed patch spawned, S12 would call out the exact tile coordinates for each person in the room with absolute rocket precision, and although we failed this several times, he was directing traffic, telling me exactly where to step, to block the heals, because if too many heals hit the boss, it would fail the perfect Zarpus room. He ensured the entire team didn't lose ticks as much as possible.
S12. Honestly, take. That's a great loss. Take both votes. That was it. That was the diff.
Let's just practice the P2, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, they can reset it? Huh.
Caper.
Caper.
Frenzy. S12. Ready to take over.
I want to yell on me.
S12. Ready to take over.
Thanks, God.
Caper. Ready to take over. Nice. Turok.
I am.
S12.
I don't expect that at 4:30 a.m.
Caper.
Got that smart fit.
Caper.
What's crackin' GNG?
Frenzy. Turok. Ready to take over.
Chillin', dog.
S12. Caper for me.
Look at the snacky poo.
That's lost. That's lost. That's lost.
Right.
Can you get to your bonus?
And the
4
drinky poo.
p.m.
I would just avoid the poison from Zarpus by moving towards the back of
Feel
the room,
yet.
while they as well will do the same and clear the boss as quickly as possible.
Streamed a lot today, so we gotta take a nap in like an hour or so. Stream dead man mode. Do a watch party or something.
Clara TTV. Thanks for following. ISCEE.
Yeah, you're a streamer
No
too?
PS not.
Are you a streamer too, dog?
Finally, the last room, the scariest room of them all, Verzik. For phase 1 and 2, my job was beautifully simple here. Stay by the door and do absolutely
Nice.
nothing. Maybe don't breathe too loud. I was able to use an
NGL
interface
I
stall once
stream
again I've shown
once
in
in a
previous
Blue Moon
videos,
XD.
where I can use a
Okay.
stackable going into Verzik's final room. This allows the game to think I'm actually in the room,
Oh,
therefore
shit, I stream
completing the
every day.
80% threshold we need for the room to register. Or it almost gave me that 80% threshold. A combat achievement like perfect, you need to be alive, and for the game to see that you're still alive, it checks at the very end of the boss that you're in the
Oh.
room itself. So
Okay,
I
but
did have a
it's
tiny
smart,
bit of
dude.
a roll on phase 3, and that's where the real stress hit. And
I've
that was
done
to
a lot of
literally
stupid
exit
things, so
before
I
the
ate
boss
smart fit.
totally fell to the ground
Mhm.
during its death animation.
MHM.
For now.
Enter.
You play RuneScape?
Fucking yes,
That's
let's
it.
fucking
One
go
of
with
them
it.
was
BTW
Let's
Watcher
fucking go, let's
Watson.
fucking go, boys. Oh my
RuneScape.
God.
This guy's doing a raid, but he's at the very first combat level. Level 3. Oh, that's a chair. Good. Yeah, he's doing a raid. Level 3.
I'm
Yes.
so nervous, bro. I'm shaking.
S2L and the team were professionals, and
see.
just like that, the Perfect Theater was officially locked down on a level 3 account for the first time, and probably the
Yeah, this
last
is the
time in
game I
history,
play.
considering no one can even really get in here. Now that the singular big beast of Perfect Theater was out of the way, we went back into the gauntlet to systematically knock out the remaining Master and Grandmaster achievements here, one by one, using once again some of the craziest tech imaginable. First up was personal space
Always the
back and
fucking
bloat.
chair.
This
I
is hard
man
mode
blame
Tob,
or
and the rule
asshole
is that
next
no one can
time,
stand within
bud.
3 tiles of one another. Unfortunately, usually this means a lot of flies. Since I'm level 3, a singular fly could mean my death unless I tickied it, and usually it's not even a singular one, so it's just instant death. To solve this, I had some help from some old videos, but we decided to go with the chessboard method or the checkerboard method. One guy told us to credit him this method, so link that original method below. But how it works is we literally assigned every player to a strict color grid on the floor with tile markers. So I was on one color of the squares, another was on the opposing color of the squares, so our true tiles never matched. We could run through each other, but we never were technically on each other because when you run, you skip 2 tiles at a time. The third person in the room stood a tile back from both of us and went around the pillar with a tile outside, meaning he had some more possibility to attract flies.
I can put the mic closer to my mouth.
As long as everything was paced properly and we survived.
I was just sitting back in my chair.
Everything looked like it should be easily solved, and as well as help from Entity Hider here, blocking my peripherals of other members of the team, we got this one and done.
Makes sense.
What does my stream say? Doesn't it say RuneScape at the bottom of it? Or does it say just chatting?
List of achievements that are possible from Theater of Blood that I still have yet to complete was Royal Affairs and Hard Mode Nilo. Honestly, one of the worst. In a few episodes back, I tried to complete this in multiple ways, but never found a way to do it.
Damn, I never get new Twitch viewers.
80% of this fight to make sure that this
I never get new Twitch viewers, dude. Holy.
To go downhill. We once again had S12 shouting aggression spawns. As well, now I had to stay alive not only by the Nilos, but also by these higher level Nilocusts that were like demi-bosses. So S2L called it aggression, as well they would have to kill the demi-bosses within just a few ticks to make sure the task did not fail every single time. When the demi-boss would spawn, they all spawned in the exact same area of the room, which is still once again the dead center, so
Speedrunners. Oh, speedrunners.
Put that mic in your mouth, bud, like you do with my cocks.
Steve, why are you so horny at 5 a.m., man?
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking dickweed Steven. That's Steven the dickweed. Your breaks leg, broken leg. Man broke his fucking leg, man. Starving. Poor white girl starving. Kirby and the disturbing powers.
It's 74 degrees today, which means it's time to play Kirby and the Crystal Shards. This is the first and only game where the actor Billy Crystal played the role of Kirby, and he had such a horrible experience that he never returned to the franchise. Do I know how to use Kirby's copy?
That's why you don't get mod.
Are you open to proposals from digital artists?
Really, man? I'm offended. You really come to me and ask me
Holy
that.
shit.
Yep.
What the fuck, Sunquil? Holy. Thanks, dog. I'm poor as shit. That helps a lot, dude. Am I open to a proposal from digital artists? Oh, I'm not trying to get married. I don't want to propose. Yeah, I'm not trying to get married. I'm just trying to stream for my life. For the rest of my life. I don't want to get married and have kids and shit like that because then I won't be able to stream.
Thanks for the 5 man.
Because then I won't be able to stream. Yeah, I'm not trying to do a proposal.
I'll get more beers with that. LMAOO, not marriage proposals.
That's Kirby's best friend, Rachel. She was never seen again.
What the frick, more?
With a crayon, Kirby. This game is rated M. How the heck do you use Kirby's copy?
Holy.
What's cool about this Kirby is that you can actually combine
Thanks, dude.
powers to create new combinations. See, it's like a...
I live in Canada, so it's fucking really expensive. That helps a lot, dude. Damn. What a legend, dude. At 5 a.m.? Holy.
Oh my god, 10, thank you.
It's not for you, Steven. It's for me. This isn't your YouTube channel.
I'll get weed with that.
There you go, Steven. You got weed and
Twitch
beer.
assets like logos, banners, panels, overlays, etc., etc.
Oh, no, I try to keep my shit like original, just like this in basic. I don't have a whole bunch of shit popping up on the screen and going crazy. Holy shit, 5 a.m. donations? Damn.
Please like the video,
you can do
docs.
whatever you want. Basically, you're like a little bicycle. Once you have the juice inside
What the heck
Kirby,
happened?
you can
How do I...
yank it out
What
of
the
his
fuck
mouth
did
and
you
throw it
guys...
at a little
Though,
man.
haha.
Then
What the fuck happened on my stream? Why does it say 18 people are here? You fucking kidding me? Somebody view bot me again? Oh no. Oh
Unless this
no.
little stupid idiot ruins everything and ruins my whole video. I'm gonna eat this guy now because I don't value his life.
Oh no.
And rip my face off and throw it at the wall. Okay. They were starting to lose me, but they brought me back already. What is wrong with this one? Why is he doing that? You can't do that, Kirby. That's not right. It really is rated
Holy
M.
shit, dude. Thanks,
Why
Dad.
does it work like that? Some things will never be okay, and that will never be okay that he does that. Kirby, do a combo. I'm gonna combine sword with sword for super.
Oh,
sword.
dude, holy.
And now.
God damn.
And now I just delete the entire
Holy.
level with a giant Kirby face that's
At
bigger
5
than Kirby
a.m.?
himself. Billy Crystal
Damn,
is
dude.
foolish for getting mad at this. Now this is one of
Oh
the
my
legendary
god, it's
Crystal.
literally 5 a.m., dude. Like, there's no clock here. Right here in the corner.
Shards of which the
444.
title alludes to. I'm gonna probably miss
Holy,
most of them 'cause
nice,
I don't
dog.
care at all. Unless you can unlock
YouTube
the
revenue
teaser
has been
trailer for
low.
Wally by collecting 700
thank
of
you
them.
for
and not
another
doing
5.
it.
I'll
This is
get
Donkey
some
Kong's
food with
house. I'm
that.
going in there.
There you go, Steven. You got weed, fucking alcohol, and
Boss
food. What else do you need, Steven? You want a new pair of
Over there.
shoes?
Look at him over there. He has no moves. He just stands. He can only stand in place.
Hey, you want a new
That
Speedo,
was-
Steven?
But that was just the first boss. I mean, we got.
But his name is in
Face your
fucking
fears
New Zealand.
and
Speedo Steven.
die. Now, what if I combine Swordman with Bomb Guy?
Ben Quee. Ben Quee. What does that mean, dude?
Oh, he's throwing exploding
Holy.
ninja stars. See, this one is cool. That's King DDD, Kirby's greatest nemesis and brother. He wants to harvest the
God
power
damn.
of the shards for his own devices. But then there's a evil black circle eyeball man. Of course, it wouldn't really be a Kirby game without several demonic possessions. Any trace of DDD that we once knew has now been lost to the realm of shadow.
Oh my god, dude. What the heck? Holy.
You buffoon! Do you even realize how to use Kirby's ability? Oh, he's
Thanks,
coming at
dude.
me.
24 fucking rich.
Thanks, dude. I've been poor as shit and I've done
okay
so
to
many
fail.
nice things. Like, I taught Steven a lot about RuneScape and stuff like
Maybe
that.
these exploding
I've done so
ninja
many
stars
good
will make him
things.
feel better. Dead. 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 Whoops. Dead. 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 Whoops. Dead.
Hey,
Fireworks.
my last donation was
Oh, this
Corey
is-
like
this
a
is
month and a
fun.
half ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Dang.
Holy.
When you replay a level and you go to the boss's area at the end, he's still gone from when you
Thanks, Doc.
blew him up with a
Did not
ninja
expect
star.
that at 5 a.m.
Oh. Man, this song makes you want to change like Kirby's ways.
I love Isenki.
Well, that thing was gonna kill him.
Yeah,
Look at that sandwich.
very
For
generous guy.
N64,
Helps support
that's
people
a
out.
nice sandwich.
Nice,
Is
dude.
this guy a power?
He's like the Mr. Beast.
What? Oh, this is the scariest Kirby. Oh my god. That's Ronaldo the painter. He designed the box art. He's a really nice guy. With just like a little hint of pure evilness to him. Well, he's painting a little Kirby for me to be friends with. Now this creature had to be censored in the American release. It's extremely graphic and disturbing, unlike the rest of the game. Now
Yeah.
they are French, because Kirby did that. The little rocket is called Rocket Ralph, and he's the rocket that built Kirby's spaceship, and he's a great ally to Kirby, and now he's dead. The blue guy is an honorable knight who has seen many battles.
Holy crap,
This
dude,
is like a
thanks,
place
dude.
of
5 a.m.
worship.
That
So,
boosts my mood, dude.
Probably shouldn't be throwing ninja stars.
Nice,
in
I was gonna go to sleep soon
Oh,
and
look at
fucking
this
just stream
fountain.
Dead Man All-Stars.
This is cool.
2 p.m.
They're cool on this. DDD battle.
It's no problem, I just came across the channel and felt like
He's almost
donating.
dead already.
What the game end?
Thanks, dude.
You can't show that in an M-rated game. Oh, look at the poor dude.
Yeah, I know, Steven. What the game, man?
Alright. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I call Steven. He's the game, man. He's celebrating
Dang,
Pride
look at
Month.
these little trees. What? They're cool for this,
Jesus.
man. I like this Kirby. Kirby, shoot that guy.
Filled up my whole thing in the corner. The whole list thing. Oh, Lee.
Apple go all the way over to him. Yeah, it does.
What man?
Cool. Oh, that's cool. This has got to be one of the
Yeah,
better looking
Steven's a game, man.
N64 games.
There you go.
There's so much style and character to the presentation. This is the stupidest looking cactus ever. There is no excuse for how bad this is. Is that a hatchet?
Damn.
Kirby, look out!
Hatchet head.
So three-dimensional. I feel like I'm really there. Rock fire. Oh, volcano.
That was
Kirby.
sick.
His shield is blocking it all. Stupid volcanoes. Oh, you're just gonna stab me through a pillar. Okay, we're playing Dark Souls now. The shard is.
Dark Souls now.
I'm gonna combine the power of spikes with the power of fish. Oh. Whee! They were starting to lose me, but now you get to ride DDD.
It's okay, man. We accept you. We
Back to
appreciate
good
you. We are proud if you,
The treasure
Steven.
of the teeth.
Always got
Maybe if I
to bring me
combine
down.
bomb
I'm
and
glad that
toothbrush, I
money
can
was
get
donated to me, but
coins. Phoenix, Kirby.
Steven, don't you cut lawns for a living? Thought you were bragging about cutting lawns last week, dude.
Now what if we could dual ice? What's that gonna be?
I live in Canada. I live in Toronto, Canada. It's way fucking more expensive than where you live on your shitty ass fucking New Zealand island, Steven. Calm down. You can cut 2 lawns, fucking have $60 and probably be set for fucking a week.
Oh, dancing guy?
Calm down, Steven.
Oh, crap.
I could probably go there with fucking 100 Canadian dollars and be rich as
Can you
hell.
get maracas as a power? We'll never know. Look at that little elephant with stands here somewhere. Make me want to change my ways. Look at that magnificent blue sky. There's not a
your
single
mom's
cloud.
snail trail bud.
Tap dancing Kirby. Drill Kirby.
When will you grow up, little guy? When will you grow up, Steven?
Can I just do this through the entire
I make
game now? Who's this
800k
penguin now?
NZD per year and still feel poor.
That poor penguin. Kirby, man. You're
Damn, dude, I make like 20k fucking Canadian at most. Holy. Damn.
I mowed that last week.
Steven. Steven's always grieving. Why EB Games was erased from Canada? Oh shit. I don't
In
know why.
today's digital economy, you'd be entirely forgiven for assuming the physical storefront is dead. Running a traditional brick and mortar business is brutal. Retailers constantly fight massive overhead costs like commercial rent, utilities, and daily payroll just to keep the lights on. There are successful physical outliers in Canada like Dollarama or Lululemon, but they share one massive advantage. They sell physical products that consumers actually need to buy in person. Then you have a company like EB Games. They sell video games to a core demographic that actively prefers to make purchases
this is
entirely
Canada's
online
GameStop.
through digital platforms like the PlayStation
I
Network
understood.
and Steam. The long-running internet stereotype that gamers refuse to touch grass comes to mind here. They can instantly buy and download the biggest industry releases from the comfort of their couch, completely eliminating any practical reason to ever visit a suburban shopping mall. Because of this massive shift in consumer behavior, conventional business logic dictates that a physical video game store is an obsolete model. This financial reality was publicly reinforced when GameStop executives in the United States
800K
began
New Zealand.
aggressively shutting down hundreds of their locations
You
to
doubt,
stop
dude.
their
No, you fucking don't, dog. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah, and you're sitting on a fucking YouTube account that's named 2G1C69. Calm the fuck down, dude. No, you
operational
fucking
bleeding.
don't.
So, when GameStop announced they were looking to offload all 185 of their remaining Canadian locations in early 2025, the writing was on the wall. Nobody was riding to the rescue, not for a chain of shopping or video game stores in the middle of a digital revolution. But eventually, someone actually did. The story begins in the 1970s. Down in the United States, Electronics Boutique built its early foundation selling digital watches and calculators to suburban mall shoppers. But when the home console market exploded in the 1990s, the executive team ruthlessly pivoted. They gutted their original inventory and shifted the entire business directly into video games and PC software.
Ma'am, is Final Fantasy in your used game section?
Used games? You really do like fantasy, don't you?
Toy stores don't take games seriously. You gotta talk to gamers.
Final Fantasy breaks the role-playing mold, and you can save some cash if you buy it pre-owned.
Cool.
By the mid-1990s, the company pushed north across the border and completely took over the Canadian suburban mall scene. Long before massive big box retailers even understood how to properly stock a video game, Electronics Boutique was already locked into every major province. For an entire generation of Canadian kids, this was the absolute primary and often the only place to actually buy interactive media. By 2002, the company realized their formal corporate name didn't exactly match their core customer base. They completely ditched the stuffy Electronics Boutique title and swapped it for the faster, highly recognizable acronym
EB Games. You can always go in there and play a game.
Under this new banner, the stores leaned into an intentionally chaotic layout. Walking into an EB Games meant stepping into a tiny, aggressively lit room packed with inventory from the floor to the ceiling. The company plastered every single inch of wall space with physical game cases, and they choked the center aisles with wire racks stuffed full of thick strategy guides and massive PC big boxes. Demo kiosks blasted the latest game trailers on a constant deafening loop, and the company built a highly energetic and completely overwhelming retail environment tailored exclusively to
girl wouldn't be working there. Are you kidding me?
With education, edutainment.
Okay.
That girl wouldn't be working there.
That are focused on kids.
But getting gamers through the door with that chaotic energy was only the first step. The real
like some guy with the neck beard and a ponytail
on was the massive secondary market. The company's core business model relied heavily on the physical exchange of goods through their highly lucrative trade-in program.
Why not trade in your used games for cash? Trade DVD movies for
Anchorman.
cash. And the same for music CDs. Trade for sweet piles of cash. It's easy, it's
yeah, get hustled. Get $5 for fucking 10 games. I remember that bullshit. I remember I tried that shit. They random like 20 fucking games. Like, alright, dude, we'll give you $10. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is 20 games. You can't give me $1 a game?
Disc or cartridge in exchange for store credit. The store would then sell that used copy to another customer at a slightly reduced price, securing a significantly higher profit margin. This secondary market generated immense revenue, and it absolutely required a physical retail location for the transaction.
You go in there and trade like fucking 10 games and get $5.
The physical stores also served a highly specific social function for the customer base, especially during an era before broadband internet allowed for the digital preloading of large files. Back then, the only way to play a highly anticipated game on the exact day of its release was to attend a physical midnight launch event. Customers would line up outside the mall for hours before the doors opened, spending their time discussing hardware specifications and software reviews with the retail staff and other local customers. The EB Games brand became culturally synonymous with these community events, largely because they hired employees who possessed extensive technical knowledge about the products. This reliable expertise created a retail environment where consumers actively trusted staff recommendations, generating high customer retention rates and highly consistent foot traffic. That kind of massive, guaranteed foot traffic inevitably put a huge target on their back. In 2005, GameStop, their absolute largest competitor at the time, swallowed Electronics Boutique whole. This acquisition completely eliminated GameStop's primary rival and gave the American parent company an absolute monopoly over physical game distribution. Down in the United States, the new executives wasted zero time. They aggressively ripped down the Electronics Boutique signs and rebranded every single location to GameStop. But they made a completely different calculation for their international markets. Internal market research proved the EB Games brand held massive cultural weight in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. For the next 15 years, the Canadian stores operated quietly under the GameStop corporate umbrella while keeping their iconic red and white signs over the door. The internal computers and inventory systems shifted to match the American parent company, but the actual customer experience stayed exactly the same. Eventually, that long period of retail stability slammed into a wall of technological progress. Better internet infrastructure fundamentally destroyed the need for physical media. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo built digital storefronts directly into their consoles, and publishers realized they could completely eliminate manufacturing and shipping costs by selling downloads directly to the player. The physical disc went from being a mandatory purchase to an optional plastic souvenir. To stop the financial bleeding, American GameStop executives panicked. They started ripping out actual games to dedicate massive chunks of shelf space to pop culture merchandise, branded t-shirts, and walls of plastic vinyl figures, flooding stores with cheap collectibles. This kept the American locations afloat, but forcing that exact same strategy north of the border exposed a massive structural flaw in the corporate playbook. Running a massive retail chain in Canada is financially brutal, with the economic realities being completely different in comparison to the American market. You have a significantly smaller population spread out over a massively larger geographic area. Transporting bulky physical goods from a centralized warehouse in Ontario across the prairies and over the Rocky Mountains costs an absolute fortune. Add in higher minimum wage laws and crushing commercial real estate taxes, and you get a highly unforgiving business environment where profit margins are razor thin. Canadians are highly familiar with watching massive American corporations fail to understand.
Oh, right across from here is where I installed the world's biggest video wall on glass. Right across from here. If you stand over here and look across the street, you'll see it.
This reality. The most infamous example is the catastrophic launch and immediate collapse of Target Canada in 2015. We've actually produced a full video breaking down that exact disaster, so check the card link in the corner of this video to watch that next. Anyways, this history of high-profile retail collapses directly informed the precarious position of GameStop Canada during the late 2010s and early 2020s. The parent company in the United States was already struggling heavily with the global consumer transition to digital media, watching their primary software revenue steadily decline year after year. The financial struggle became a matter of global public record during the unprecedented stock market events of 2021. A sudden and highly coordinated surge of retail buying caused GameStop's share price to rise dramatically as investors and short sellers were forced to react to rapidly increasing prices. This short squeeze significantly increased volatility and drew global attention to the company, and during this period, investor Ryan Cohen joined the board and later became chairman. Armed with a massive financial war chest, the new management team initiated a series of aggressive global restructuring plans, and their primary corporate goal was to strictly standardize the entire business operation, seeking to create a single, highly unified brand identity across the entire world.
See you there, Lair.
In 2021, the corporation officially announced that all Canadian EB Games locations would be rebranded as GameStop Canada, ending decades of localized retail history. The reaction from the Canadian public was highly negative, immediate, and incredibly vocal. Consumers viewed the forced name change as an unnecessary erasure of their specific cultural history, dictated by executives who had never actually shopped in the Canadian stores. The general sentiment was that the American executives completely misunderstood the Canadian market, heavily prioritizing corporate uniformity over actual customer loyalty. However, all the meme stock cash in the world couldn't fix a fundamentally broken physical retail model. By 2024, GameStop's global balance sheet showed severe financial strain, forcing the parent company to mercilessly slash their international operations. The worldwide consumer shift toward digital downloads was heavily accelerating. Desperately stuffing stores full of pop culture merchandise simply couldn't generate enough revenue to cover the massive overhead. The company aggressively pulled the plug on Europe, entirely liquidating physical locations across Ireland, Switzerland, and Austria. With Europe wiped off the map, the executive team locked
You're
their
just a
sights
little
on
tool,
assessing their
Stephen.
remaining global divisions. By early 2025, financial reports and retail news publications began indicating that GameStop was actively preparing to abandon the Canadian market entirely. The public statements surrounding this potential exit were incredibly hostile, and in a statement regarding the potential sale of the Canadian division, GameStop Chief Executive Officer Ryan Cohen openly expressed his clear disdain for the Canadian business environment. This highly public rhetoric instantly created a toxic environment for the frontline employees staffing those 185 Canadian locations. A full corporate exit guaranteed thousands of immediate job losses. Store managers and retail clerks were forced to show up to work every day, wondering if the doors would be permanently padlocked by the end of their shift. Beyond the immediate staff, the ripple effect threatened the outright death of dedicated video game retail in the country. Local suppliers and mid-sized vendors who relied heavily on the physical chain for distribution stared down catastrophic financial hits.
Yeah, people can just buy this shit on Amazon,
The entire
I guess.
Canadian gaming industry was
Buy a game from
paralyzed,
Amazon.
waiting to see if American leadership would simply liquidate the entire division, or if a buyer would step in to take the operations off their hands. That buyer surfaced in May 2025. Stefan Teitral, a prominent French-Canadian entrepreneur, officially acquired the entire Canadian division of GameStop. Teitral bought deep, established roots in physical manufacturing and distribution. He's the founder of Imports Dragon, a massive toy distribution network handling complex logistics for major global brands. More importantly for the retail market, he co-owns McFarlane Toys, a heavy hitter in the premium action figure and pop culture collectibles industry. Teitral purchased Electronics Boutique Canada directly from GameStop Global Holdings for an undisclosed sum. This move instantly secured the future of all 185 physical store locations. The new executive team immediately reversed the 2021 branding mandate. The standard GameStop signs were coming down, and the original EB Games branding was officially returning to every single retail location across the country. Teitral released a public statement to the business press stating, "This isn't just a business decision, it's about bringing something back that Canadians truly loved. We're going to build something special here, with community, nostalgia, and innovation at its heart." Restoring a beloved logo generates massive public goodwill, but nostalgia alone can't pay the rent for 185 physical locations. The core revenue model for this newly independent EB Games relies heavily on Teitral's specific background in the global toy industry. The fundamental economics of video game retail are permanently altered. Selling a physical $60 video game yields incredibly thin margins, which simply can't.
Done for now, I'm going to sleep, man. Oh. See you guys later. Stop by this. Thanks for the donations. Appreciate it.